Ho, ho, ho. There's gold at the end of that Christmas tree. Hello, everyone. Bront, CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends and a little bit of news before we get started with some shard pulls here. We have the Yuletide Titan event where you can get your own Santa. Yes, Mr. Sir Nick right here. He is actually a fairly decent legendary for progression. He is an unkillable champion. He is a 4-turn unkillable. He has a decent shield and does a decent amount of damage. He has an unblockable freeze on his A1. He's not the greatest champion in the world. He is definitely been power crypt. He's definitely on the lower end of champions that are good in the voids, but he is still a good champion. He is especially good if you need progression. And honestly, I think he's a champ worth having, particularly because it sounds like the fusion that we're going to be having is going to be his partner champion. So having a Sir Nick will empower the fusion champion for Christmas, who's also going to be Sacred Order as well. Could even be Void, who knows. But I think that's going to be kind of cool. I think that's worth going for. Now, I already have one on my main. I do not have one on my alt, so I am definitely going to be pushing for this. And Raid has seen fit to pull this again, where the snow points are going to be sprinkled intermittent some of these other events. So if you were not planning on pulling for the Summon Rush, for example, that's annoying because there's 300 points in here. Now you can miss up to 500 points. There's going to be 2,500 points, and 2,000 will get you Sir Nick. But 300 missing is a good chunk to have to make up later. And honestly, this is going to be 7 sacred shards. I was already going to pull 6 for Stock the Broken. And the fact that Stock the Broken for these 15 fragments was only 6 is actually fairly generous, considering usually they're sitting right up here at this 5,000 mark. So from that perspective, Polarium's actually done a good job of making this fairly accessible. So hopefully if you were going for the fusion but weren't sure you were going to make it because of this event, you should be very, very happy. This is going to be easy to make, and that's great. So I'm going to be pulling 7 shards here. There's also some in the Artifact Enhancement event, so look for them. They're right past the Stock the Broken. Artifact Enhancement event, usually not too bad if you're flush with silver. If you're not flush with silver, then it's a good time to do a gear cleanse as well. Finally, Classic Arena also appears to have some, and that's before the Stock the Broken. Classic Arena is a really easy one to get to, so these should be gimme points. They even gave 4 away for them for free, so it shouldn't be too hard. So we are going to be pulling shards on my alt here. I'm going to be pulling 7 of them, and then we will be pulling 7 on my main. We are going to be going for Feral and Ugo. Now, I was originally thinking here, because there's actually some pretty good champions here. Wallmaster is an absolute beast of a champion. I have a +1 Wallmaster and a regular Wallmaster on my main, and I use both of them. In fact, I almost started pulling for additional Wallmasters on that account because I wasn't sure if Feral's going to be useful or not there. But Feral, I think, will be useful for the Chimera. And on this account, after looking at my Hydra teams, I can put Feral in and swap the lineups around a little bit and get a Reviver in a team that doesn't have a Reviver and get better healing and actually, strangely enough, possibly remove an Ugo from one of the teams. But Ugo is still one of the queens of Hydra, so definitely want to get my Ugos improved because they are just so useful, and I suspect Ugo will find other places in the game to be useful as well. It's just a very powerful epic. So we're pulling for Feral, we are pulling for Ugo. I am actually nearing Mercy for Sacreds, but honestly, Sacred Mercy doesn't really matter too much because it's not even that great. But we're pulling 7 of them. Let's hope for some gold. I have some Pepsi right here. We will do some prayers to RNGesus. Please press this account. And let's get to pulling some shards. That is a Mushroom Priest Ornn. He can do some poisoning for you. Not too bad. That is a Spider. He's usable. He's okay. That is a Fang Cleric. If you're looking for a Reviver, I like Caden better than Fang Cleric, but Fang Cleric is a viable Reviver. So that is 3. Let's get something cool. All right, that is a Warden. That is not something cool. Got 3 left. That is a Burngary. I really do like Burngary. He is very good for faction wars. He can certainly be very helpful in the waves because he's got the AoE stun at a decent rate. He's got the provoking right here, and strengthen and shield keeps everyone alive. Can be very useful in Centranos as well. Looking for 2 more. Come on, gold. That's not gold. Come on, Pepsi. Hit us up. Not a sponsor. Let's go. And Cormac, honestly, in my opinion, one of the worst epics in the game. So let's just make sure we got there. Always makes sense to double check. And I'm bad at math sometimes. So perfect. We got exactly what we were looking for here. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to pull additional ones. I've got like 3 or 4 additional shards. Clan Boss has been very, very good to this account recently. But it takes 3 more to get this rank 5 chicken before you start getting into this other stuff here. So these are going to be, you know, this is almost another 7 or 8 shards to get this mythical tome. I would not mind it, but it is not worth pulling additional shards. It's a good event. It's not that good an event. So let's go hop over on my main. Alrighty, we are here on my main. I've got Feral and Ugo queued up. Again, I would love to +4 on Ugo. Use her all over the place. And Feral would be great for this account. I'm actually not 100% sure if he would replace a Glyciad or not in one of my Nightmare teams, but I definitely would enjoy trying him out, and I think he will be really good in Chimera. As much as I'm really tempted to try for another Wallmaster to get a Wallmaster to +2, we're going to go for Feral. And to be fair, this is only a small progressive chance. I am at Mercy in this account. I am at exactly 12, which means all of these are going to be Mercy shard pulls. Let's hope we get something legendary. Let's hope Pepsi blesses us. Again, not a sponsor, but Pepsi, you could be. Let's change that. Let's talk. Come on. All right, let's get something gold. That is not something gold. Kinagashi, usable reviver for Shadowkin. Definitely helps to have that reviver out there now. Colred would be absolutely amazed. I have a Geomancer. I probably will empower mine because Geomancer is still so useful, but not what we're looking for on this account. Hey, there's an Ugo. We're finally getting some of these increased rates. That is a Sir Artemage. Not looking too great. So we got 3 left, I believe. Pan the Blowhorn or Bowhorn. Well, I need to look into this guy a little bit more. He's got the freeze on the A1, double hitter, 50% chance. It's okay. Increase speed, increase attack, attacks all enemies. Not too bad for Fire Knight, maybe. Triple hitter with weaken and true fear. We'll ignore. Yeah, it's, I don't know. It just doesn't strike me as a champion that's particularly exciting. Maybe he might have some uses. He doesn't seem bad. He just doesn't strike me as something that would be certainly exciting at my level in the account. So, all right, we're pulling. That is not gold. That is a Phoenix or not braids. I'm actually not sure which. Bauf. Bauf is actually pretty good. We've got the 2-hitter with heal reduction, 100% chance. Each has a 25% chance of placing 100 dead. Okay, so this can be a 40% chance of heal reduction on the A1. This could be very good for Amius. I should actually build one of these to have on key for Amius for some of these Amius takeovers, as well as some Amius videos further on. This is actually really cool. Decrease accuracy, attacks all enemies. Also increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. So he's a buff extender as well. That's actually pretty nice. Finally, removes 2 random debuffs from all allies and heals them by 10% of their max HP and places increased accuracy on everyone. It's actually a pretty reasonable support kit. I don't know where exactly I'd play him, although he could certainly do this pretty well for bombs. This is actually a pretty good bomb champion buff. And then decrease the damage all allies receive from poisons by 50%. Yeah, Not too bad. So I believe we need to pull one more. I am going to double check just to make sure. Summon Rush. Nope, we do not need to pull any more. So Polarium has been very stingy on my account, as appears to be the case as always for recently. This is very, very unfortunate. I have not had a particularly good hit of luck for a lot of things. Mythicals are, I'm almost 280, not 285. I am almost 185 into Mercy on Mythicals. I have yet to pull a Mythical on my main. And, for the most part, I've been going to Mercy just about every time. But you know what? Stuff like that happens. And to be fair, I am thankful that we've got a chance to get a Sir Nick, which means that one extra shard I pulled got me a Bauf, which is actually something I've wanted, and gets me these extra points that may get me an extra Sir Nick. So that'll be a Faction Guardian or maybe even an Empowerment, but that'll help the account in some way, shape, or form, so I can be grateful for that. So hopefully your shard pulls have been better. Good luck. May Pepsi bless you. Hopefully better than they're blessing me. Maybe I actually need to get them to sponsor me before I actually get something interesting. Let me know what you got or how you pulled, or maybe if you didn't pull, let me know why you didn't pull. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash it. I really do appreciate it. Much love, everyone. And until the next video, I'm Bront CatHerder.